Alright, Saints. Welcome back to my channel, Awake unto Righteousness Ministries. This is another ministry teaching. And as you can see by the title, I wanted to cover this show. And as you can see by the title, it's pretty interesting that there would be a show on television like this. CBS, nonetheless. But it just goes to show you what time we're living in right now. Because it seems just increasingly, more and more we see television shows and movies all promoting the everything of a dark spiritual nature. And it just continues to get darker and darker. This is why we as believers are called the light of the world, because we are called to shine our light in this dark world. And as the days go by, it becomes more and more dark. I mean, it's just so evident in our culture. It's so ingrained in our culture. It's being sewn in as if it's a natural part of it. And this is the goal of the elite. So, without further ado, this show, the title's Evil, and the basic synopsis is that the woman is a psychotherapist, I believed, who's hired by the Catholic diocese, and the African American gentleman, basically the black dude. You know, they always got the black dude, the token black guy in every show. But in this case, he's actually a main character, and I guess someone of virtue, because he's in training to become a priest, a Catholic priest, nonetheless. You imagine that, a black Catholic priest? It's not like that hasn't been a thing before, but you know, it's just on television, you know, on a syndicated show. But in any event, so this psychotherapist is hired by the Catholic Church or the Vatican, whatever you want to say, and she's hired to solve a murder, or a case concerning a serial killer, determining whether this is something of mental illness or spiritual nature. So she's partnered up with this Catholic priest in training, and basically the worlds of science, medicine, and religion collide. Notice in these images, you can see in this one here, Uh, their halos over their heads as they sit in pews, what looks like a church, but I'm not sure where they're sitting. But you see the lights, you see the halo, the single halo over the um, under the Catholic priests in training, and then you see the halo sort of hovering above the therapist and this other guy who's like a construction worker or something like that. Um, but he's the third wheel. They're sharing a halo basically. Which is just another part of the mockery. The blatant mockery that we see um, in mainstream media, television, and movies. And here you have the black and white symbolism, the duality. She's wearing black and white. Um, you think that's intentional? I think that's by accident. Think again. Also notice the black and white tile floor. And where have we seen that before? They always have to put the Freemasonic symbolism. It has to be placed somewhere at some point. Um, it's sort of their calling card, so to speak. Revelation 17. And I'm going to start in, I'm just going to start from the beginning in this verse. Just give me a second here. Then one of the 7 angels who had 7 bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot, who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with wine of her fornication." So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls. Having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I marveled with great amazement. As we can see from Scripture, the mother of harlots. This is referring to the Catholic Church, because the Vatican, the Catholic Church, is known as the mother of churches. Notice in verse 4, it says that the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. what do we see within the Catholic Church? We see priests, bishops, popes arrayed, adorned in gold, purple, scarlet, precious stones, carrying a golden cup. But inside that cup, what is inside that cup? Filthiness and abominations. I mean, look how the Catholic Church has has basically stuck up for and you know came to the rescue of all those priests, bishops, so on and so forth, um, who've been accused of and even caught red-handed, molesting children, violating young girls and boys. And when you know it, they're promoting a show on network television that is set to paint the Catholic Church as righteous, as something that is on the um, winning side, on the um, on the heroic side, fighting evil. You know, just another way of um, cleverly uh, masking the true face of the Catholic Church, of the Vatican. Make no mistake about it, brothers and sisters. We are living in the last days. With that, I'm going to end this vid. I pray that this was a blessing and that it edified you and encouraged you. Until the next time.
We have heard